think about it. When the Secret Service, when that issue happened with the pew-pewing at Trump and everything in the Secret Service, and obviously there was a problem, they held the director of the Secret Service accountable. But the Border Patrol is never held accountable. I'm Jim Budd. I am the former senior patrol agent who wrote the book Against the Wall. Check it out. You can get it at any of your major book outlets online. You have the chief of the Border Patrol and his chief of Rio Grande Valley, Gloria Chavez, went with him, is also under investigation. They were all at this party in Mexico, willing to sell the United States Border Patrol logo to a tequila maker. And yet, he's not been asked to resign. He's not been held accountable for anything, and he won't be held accountable for anything. And you know why he won't be held account for anything? Because the person who's investigating him is Daniel Altman. And Daniel Altman is in charge of CBP's Office of Professional Responsibility. That's their internal affairs for the Border Patrol and CBP. He's a former Border Patrol agent. We do this on purpose. And in fact, recently, one of the reasons why the Border Patrol has lost so many agents isn't because of Biden and Harris. That's bullshit. It's because, well, let's look at how many of them have been arrested. I mean, come on. And this is self-reported arresting. So the numbers are way larger than that. And you have the chief, who's also under investigation, and the chief of Rio Grande Valley.
Tonight, more developments in the investigation into the chief of Border Patrol and other top officials who traveled to Mexico and were pictured partying with a tequila maker, developing a Border Patrol tequila.
When you saw those pictures, what did you make of that?
So this looks a little odd. This is not the sort of thing that normally happens, even with people off duty.
NBC News has learned more about the man who introduced Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens and Rio Grande Valley Sector Chief Gloria Chavez to that tequila maker. Eduardo Garza, a wealthy Mexican-American whose business in the import-export industry may qualify him as a prohibited source under federal ethics guidelines, two sources familiar with the investigation say. Those guidelines specify Border Patrol employees may not accept any gifts, including meals, entertainment, and alcohol, from anyone who conducts activities regulated by the employee's agency. But on at least 5 occasions, 3 parties at his ranch in Texas and 2 trips to Mexico, Garza provided lavish parties, complete with hired comedians, 8-piece bands, and elaborate food and alcohol for hours, according to photos and agendas of the events obtained by NBC News. This cell phone video obtained by NBC News shows Owens, Chavez, and Garza sitting together at a party Garza threw for all Border Patrol sector chiefs in December.
And, let's not forget, the number 2 Border Patrol agent in charge, the deputy chief of the Border Patrol, had to resign. Why? Because female agents came forward and said that he was essaying them, demanding that. He's the second chief in a year and a half that's been removed for this. And yet, Border Patrol, no problem. There's no hearings. There's no nothing. The Border Patrol is one of the most corrupt agencies in the entire country. And in fact, I would say it is the most corrupt agency in the entire country. They fill their investigators with ex-agents. And it's not a coincidence that most of us are never convicted for what we're doing. That's not to say that every charge against an agent is a valid charge. There are false allegations, there are. But time and time again, 100 years of the Border Patrol and not one agent has ever been held accountable for unaliving anybody? Anybody while on duty? Shit. We have a Border Patrol serial unaliver. We have several Border Patrol serial rapists. And yet nothing to see here. Nada que ver on a first.